What's up, guys? I'm back. This is try number 2 on the video going live. I don't know what's keep happening, and I'm not really good with that stuff, so I'm just gonna open the chat again. Now it should be good, I hope. Alright, let's see who's here. Leave me a comment if anybody's watching. Alrighty. So the way this one goes, I don't usually have any plan. I just talk randomly about stuff that's coming up, and answer some questions and chat with you guys. So let me know. Alright, got the chat open. Anybody here? Leave me a comment so we can get this going. I was saying before that April long weekend I decided to go to Paris because I've never been there and I really want to go and check it out and do some kind of cityscapes. I've been doing a lot of landscapes, but I do like cityscapes as well, and I've done them before, and I don't think I have any videos about that, so Paris will definitely be very, very nice to go doing some cityscape photography. And I kind of look at it like a landscape because it is a man-made landscape in a way, so it's kind of cool. And also I'm planning to go to also at the end of April there's a conference in Ottawa for photography. I think it's an international photography show. I don't know if anybody else is going. Let me know, leave me a comment if you guys are going. If you know someone that's gonna be there, it would be kind of cool. Let me know. Okay. Getting a next episode. Ooh. I don't know if he means this one or the... I don't know what's going on with this technology here. If it works. I'm not having the best of luck with these live shows. If anybody's here, leave me a comment, let me know who you are. I mean, everything looks good on my end. I don't know why it would say can't see next episode. The first one because it was having some technical issues, and this is the second attempt if you're watching. So like I was saying, I'm going to the photo conference in Ottawa, and I've never been to these kind of things, so I'm hoping that I meet some people, some photography people. I meet some people that are professionals, or people that sponsor equipment and stuff like that, just to see what they're up to and try to get some info and make some introduction. You never know, could be kind of cool, but I'm sure it's very boring to be there, and I'll probably make a video while there, but I don't know. Is anybody gonna be there? Anybody going to that show? It's like a photography conference. They have some workshops, they have some presentations, and they have like an exposition. If anybody's watching, just leave me a comment introducing yourself so I know who's here. And next weekend, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I definitely want to go somewhere a bit farther, but it's always the issue with the weather and the time. I have no idea. And usually I don't plan anything. I'm just very, very impulsive. I decide everything on Friday, the day before. I should actually make some plans. If you guys having any issues, let me know in the comments if you can watch this, because I have no idea if anybody's here right now. I'm waiting on some people. Waiting. It says there's 2 people watching, but yet I don't see any comments, so I'm not sure if they can see this or not. Because last time we had some technical issues. So let me know. Let me know. I think there's something I wanted to ask. If anybody has some input on the issue, can write me a comment later or on the video, or write me a comment in the chat now. Somebody wrote me a comment on one of my videos saying that if they can use some of the footage in a documentary. And that kind of, it's interesting when you're beginning this kind of something, anything, but, you work hard for it. Do you say yeah and give it away for free? Obviously, depending on what. But if they want to use parts of your footage for free and just give you credit, probably that's the best. But I don't know if that ever happened to anybody. If you guys, have any idea if you mind doing it, or you ask for money for them to use your footage, because it's, traveling somewhere and flying and paying gas and paying for equipment. It's a lot of money for someone to say, oh, can I use this for a documentary, and not mention any money. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I probably would give it away for free because I'm beginning, and I wouldn't mind the exposure. Do some, if they do, kind of point back to my channel or get me more followers or something like that. But I definitely would not do it if it's something I don't agree with, It has to be kind of a photography based or travel based or inspirational in a way. If it's just a weird, it was one of my Lebanon videos, so if it was like a weird thing about showing how Lebanon is like in reality, or not even has to do with photography, or showing a bad side of Lebanon versus a good side, I don't know. If it's showing it in a positive way, I definitely wouldn't mind them using it, as long as it's for a good cause, not like a weird way, It all depends, I don't know who the person is. They're clearly not known, so if it was someone known, I'd definitely be like, oh yeah, go ahead, use it, But I don't know who that person is, so I definitely emailed them, and I told them like, just kind of like send me send me an email telling me what the project about, what the documentary is about, so I know. And they haven't replied back, so I'm kind of curious to see if it's just a weird bizarre request, or if they're actually legit. I have no idea. So if anybody's watching, leave me a comment. If you got any questions, let me know. It'd be more interesting if someone is asking me something instead of just me talking by myself. But that's always the case when you're doing this kind of stuff. You're always by yourself. Alrighty. But I'm really excited to be going to Paris for the 3 days and the long weekend in April. I'm going to be going April 14 to 18, I think, or 17. I can't remember. But I'm going to be there 3 full days. It's just like a little appetizer for Paris, Wow, I'm losing my voice. Wow, I don't know what happened there. So, like I said, it's just like a little appetizer for Paris, because I know there's some nice architecture there, and I've never been, so I'm really, really curious. And the second thing is, like I said, I'm going to the International Photography Conference in Ottawa. I'm looking forward for that, to kind of make some connections. Maybe, I don't know if it's too early to be trying to do that, but definitely it wouldn't hurt to do some introductions, See people that work in the field, and kind of meet up with some people and make some friends. I don't know if any of you guys are going. Let me know. Leave me a comment in the description, or leave me a comment on the video or in the chat if you ever went to these kind of events. and what they're usually like, So we'll see. If anybody's here, leave me a comment introducing yourself. I know I keep saying that over and over, but I don't know who's watching right now. So I'd definitely like to know who I'm talking to if anybody's here. I don't know if I have the wrong window chat open. Maybe I do. Let me click on that, see. Nope, I got the right one open. No comments, guys? Come on. Anything. Your name would be a good start. I don't know if Verdun is here. Alrighty. I don't think anybody's here. So I'm just gonna... Anybody here, guys? Anybody? I have no idea if these things are not working or it's just me, Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna end this live stream because not much happening. I cannot talk about all I want to talk about. So one final thought is I kind of did a GoFundMe account for a project for Lebanon, and I shared the link in the last video, and I talked a little bit about it at the end. Basically, last time I did 10 days in Lebanon for like a video every day, and it was kind of a practice run for doing being there for a longer period. So I kind of wanted to do 30 days in Lebanon this time, but that's such a big period, and for me to travel back there and take time off from work for one month, I'm trying to raise funds with GoFundMe for that trip, and it's basically only to cover my expenses, to cover my travel and the gas there, But luckily I have somewhere to stay, so that's not so bad. But I have some expenses here that I need to cover, like house payments and internet and insurance and taxes and whatnot. So, and I really want to do videos about Lebanon more, and I want to take it more seriously this time. But I want to do it for 30 days, like same concept, a video every day, and just do like video every day in every part. I mean, there's some nice landscapes there, and I didn't see all of it because I left kind of frustrated and I wanted to see more, but I had to go back to work, So this time I want to do it more seriously. So I've tried to raise funds. It's not easy doing it. You have to be really good at marketing, and I don't know, I'm kind of running out of options to market that. I don't know if you guys have any experience with raising funds online. Hey Verdun, how are you? Yeah, I was talking about GoFundMe. I don't know if you ever did something like that for yourself or try to raise funds for anything, Yeah, the first video that you asked me about was it was just not working with the Osmo, so I kind of figured out why it was cutting. Hopefully now it's not cutting anymore. I'm good too. Do you have a sponsor? Yeah, I was talking about sponsors. I was kind of saying earlier, I don't know if you were here, I was talking about I'm going to think it was International Photography Conference and Expo in Ottawa. It's happening, I think, April 28th, last week of April. And it's a good thing it's in Ottawa. It's only 2 hours. You know, I'm sure in these kind of conferences you can always meet some people, meet some companies that might become sponsors, you know, so definitely I'm curious to go there just to make some introductions and see if that actually comes up to anything, you know, even though I paid like $600 for the full pass and hotel for like 3-4 nights or something, but it should be fun, you know. I'll probably make a video there, but try to make a fun video there, even though it's kind of a very not the most exciting of events, you know. Oh, cool. That's good to know that you were able to get sponsored. You should get them to sponsor you for photography at the same time, you know. Have you ever tried to, like, are there any other approach to getting sponsors? Just leave me a comment. Yeah, for sure, I'll learn a lot. And if anything, I'll just meet people, because they have these after parties that every time I went to a photo walk or something like that, they have these, you know, after party people, mostly they're drinking and stuff, but that's how you meet a lot of people. And I'm curious to see if anybody there I know is going to be there. But I kind of was hoping that they have a day program for landscape photography, but it's alright. I signed up for one. Should be interesting, even if it's not about landscape. It's a Joe McNally one, because it came included with the conference full pass. I think they get in March. They give you one free day program, so that's kind of interesting that they provided that. So Joe McNally seems like a interesting to listen to, even if it's not about landscape photography. Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely, I think right now it'd be too soon for me to do that, but it wouldn't hurt to just see who's there, and if they're interested later on in the future to be interested in that, you know. Definitely, if you have a lot of followers on YouTube, they'll start taking notice, but that's a long way down the road. How did you get sponsorship for when you were a club? I'm sure it's a bit different than photography, you know. Did you have to like? Did they approach you, or you approached them? Anyway, is anybody else watching here? Just if you are, introduce yourself in the comments, in the chat. Yeah. No, for sure. I'm not gonna get Sony. Yeah, small companies, because I'm still small, so you're right. Definitely. Yeah, I'd definitely like to get some Sony gear for free. Yep, it's good to be lovable. People like that, you know. So do you still do the climbing, or you stopped? I also said I don't know if you were here earlier, I said I'm going a long weekend, and I booked an Airbnb there for like 3 days or something, 4 days, maybe 3 nights, and I've never been, but I'm looking forward to do some cityscape photography for a change. Oof, yeah, you gotta be careful. Well, photography at least will keep you keep you excited without getting any injuries, you know. Keep you going out there and doing some activity without injuring yourself if you're prepared well, you know. So yeah, I can't wait to go to Paris. I've been wanting to go for a while, and do some cityscape photography. I kind of like to do that too, but all my videos show landscapes. So I think just to switch it for a little bit for cityscape would be kind of cool. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I think you put that video right after my freezing video, which is kind of crazy because I'm really just I want spring to be over. I want winter to be over. And today it's been raining and we had freezing rain in the morning, and it's really not a nice. We don't have spring here. We just get winter and then summer. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I feel like summer is gonna open up so many possibilities. It's kind of crazy. I can't wait. You know, everything is gonna just be. I should be going crazy in summer, just doing so much more videos, and the days are long, so that I should have many opportunities. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to going camping. I like to go camping and do camping and photography weekends, you know. But now most of the parks, their camping sites are still closed, you know. So, you know, it's a good inexpensive way to be in a national park and not have to be far from anything and just explore it over a weekend, even more than that, you know. Oh, did you do any new videos this weekend, or stayed put? I don't know if you uploaded a new one. I should check. I'll go check right now. Anyway, if anybody else is watching, let me know. Leave me a comment in the chat. Yeah, that's kind of what I like. I like the idea of camping, kind of like in the backcountry, where you can maybe hike to a location, camp there, and just wake up where it's really nice. I feel like here, I don't know if they have any backcountry. I don't like the idea of camping in a campsite, but sometimes you have to because they don't allow camping anywhere. Some places they do, but like I don't think I saw options for backcountry camping in the parks here, not in Mont Tremblant, that's for sure. I thought I would like to camp next to a lookout, you know. Just wake up and have an amazing view outside your tent. And I like the fact when it's more secluded, you know. Yeah, you can do that. I have a lot of ideas for videos like that, but they're just written down on a piece of paper for bad weather days. But I want to go out. I hate being stuck inside. Yeah, but unboxing videos, people want to see those. And what kind of studio you're setting up? For photography studio, or just a workshop, workplace kind of. Alrighty, if anybody else is watching, introduce yourself in the chat. So what did you buy that you're gonna do some unboxing? By the way, I was kind of curious. What's the camera you use for your videos when you record them? What kind of setup do you have? Ah, cool. Yeah, I watched those Casey Neistat videos, and he put one about his studio space, and that space is insane. I wish I have one like that. He has like so many cameras. He has like a tower of battery recordings. Ah, cool. What kind of filters did you get? No, I mean, like, I think boxing video now, because people sometimes they want to see that, especially if it's a new product that's not out yet. You might get lucky and get a lot of views on your video. It wouldn't hurt. Me, I use yeah. Ooh. Yeah, it's okay. I won't tell anybody what kind of filters you bought. You know. And I don't think they can see the chat comments after. So if they rewatch it, if anyone rewatches it, nobody's gonna know. It could be a secret. Now me, I use the Lee filters, and they're a bit expensive, but I find they're good. Sometimes they when you put a bunch of them on top of each other, like combining an ND grad and a yeah, I know. So yeah, I was saying, if you combine the polarizer and an ND filter and a and a graduated ND filter, sometimes the white balance goes crazy with the camera, but I can always correct it after in RAW. But the image comes out blue. But I think that's because you're pushing them in ways they're not meant. Yeah, I sometimes I stack them. I stack three together just to combine all three filters together, and it looks really, really nice, the final result. When you do a long exposure with a controlled sky, well balanced picture, and a polarizer, just those three are my favorite combination of filters. Well, I guess there's not any other filters. I saw that Lee has some like mist filters. I don't know if I'll ever use those. I would like to have mist in my pictures, but I'd like it to be. But I guess I would try them maybe one time, but just to see. I didn't even know they had mist filters before, that just like add a mist to your landscapes. I don't know how much they are. But I definitely I like filters. So if anybody else is watching, leave a comment in the chat. Let me know who you are and if you have any questions. Yeah. Not even in Photoshop. If I didn't even look as to how to do that. Yeah. I wouldn't buy them. I wouldn't spend my money on that. Like you said, I can always learn how to do it in Photoshop and and just do that if I really want to. But one time I was in Banff, and I went to Bow Lake. That's an amazing lake. That I met another photographer there, and he told me, you should go to Bow Lake, but don't go like we're on the side of the highway. Go to where there's like a lodge a little bit further, and you can get to the beach. And there it was just amazing. And there was like maybe 6 photographers in the morning, and I didn't expect to see a mist, mist floating over the lake, and there's no way, when you get it for real and you didn't plan it out, it just crawled on you. That's by far my favorite memory so far. It just blew my mind away. I'm sure I said that story before. Maybe last time. I think I'm gonna. Have you ever been to Paris? Have you? Do you only do landscapes? I think it takes a certain amount of conditions to get mist. I think it's either when it's hot during the day and then it cools at night, or it's like cool at night that starts to get hot in the morning. I have no idea, but I'm not too crazy. Did you take any pictures there or in Paris or? But I just rented a Airbnb, and on the flight I didn't even rent a car. I'm not gonna go crazy in Paris and tour around. I'm just gonna walk around the city and take mostly pictures in the city. Yeah. Sometimes I like to do that, just to a bit of a change, to go do some cityscapes, you know. And I've been to Amsterdam. I've been to Barcelona. I think by far my favorite was Amsterdam. The architecture was really, really nice. And I'm sure Paris is gonna be even more nice, you know. I'm really curious to see some of the buildings, you know, even though they've probably been photographed to death, but I don't mind. I want to do the same pictures and see what I can come up with, you know. I don't know what's it like living in a city like that. If a photographer lives there, would he get bored of seeing the same stuff every day and not take pictures? Probably. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get going, get some food. I'm kinda hungry. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. See you, Verdun. Yep, that's the one. See, that's how much I don't know about mist, that I just like to kind of keep it where I don't plan it out, you know. It just surprises me and sneaks up on me. Makes it all the more magical. Definitely, like, I just like doing long exposure when there's a mist. It just looks like so amazing, you know. I can find that image. Yeah, I'll share the image later in a video about the mist, you know. Alrighty, see you, man. Until next Monday, or I'll do another video. Bye.